This was my most awaited holiday. I had waited for this trip almost my whole life and worked hard, saved money, and dreamed about this moment for years. For so long, Europe had only existed in my Pinterest boards, travel reels, and daydreams, and now it was finally real. This was the 2nd of February, and the next day, I had a flight to Switzerland. Yes, Switzerland, the country of my dreams. But my bags. Completely not ready. I was still running around buying winter jackets, boots, scarves, moist lip balms and sunscreen, because Europe in winter is beautiful and brutally cold at the same time. And this wasn't a short holiday. This was a 2-month Europe adventure. My goal was simple. Visit as many countries as possible. I zipped my suitcase at 2 a.m. Next morning at the airport. Coffee in one hand and passport in the other. I had that surreal moment. I'm actually doing this. When the plane dipped below the clouds and the Swiss Alps appeared, I literally whispered, "Okay, this is already worth it." Switzerland I reached in the evening, and everything looked lush green and peaceful. Wooden houses, warm lights glowing in windows, like a postcard. Next morning, I opened the curtains and froze. Everything had turned white overnight. Snow everywhere. Trees, rooftops, cars, powdered sugar world. I didn't even brush my hair. I wore my coat and ran outside like a child. After hours of walking in the snow, I was freezing and starving. I found the cutest cafe, ordered hot coffee and cheese toast, and sat by the window watching snow fall. That moment felt unreal. Swiss people were so polite. Taxi drivers spoke softly. Trains arrived exactly on time. The whole country felt calm and peaceful. Soon, it was time to leave for my next destination. I quickly packed my bag because my taxi driver was already waiting, and I didn't want to miss my train and end up paying for a new ticket. Train to Italy. The train journey from Switzerland to Italy felt like a movie. Snow slowly disappeared and sunshine appeared. Endless grape gardens stretched across hills. Italy, Rome felt like living inside history. Standing near the Colosseum felt surreal. I ate pasta that tasted nothing like back home. Venice was magical. A city floating on water. Gondolas, musicians, golden sunset reflecting in canals. I got lost in tiny streets and honestly didn't even mind. Lake Como felt like a painting. I sat by the lake eating pizza and thinking, life is good. Italians were loud, expressive, and incredibly friendly. Taxi drivers talked like they already knew me. Soon, it was time to move again. I packed my bags quickly because my early morning train to Austria was waiting. Austria Vienna felt royal. Palaces, horse carriages, classical music in the streets. Hallstatt looked like a snow globe village. I walked quietly because it felt wrong to make noise in such beauty. But Europe trains don't wait, and neither could I. So again, quick packing, quick checkout, and off to the station. Now, it was time to move to Prague. I quickly packed my bag because my taxi driver was already there, and I didn't want to miss my train and pay a fine for booking a new ticket. Prague looked like a fairy tale. Cobblestone streets, Charles Bridge in morning fog, Prague Castle watching over the city. I visited museums, art shops, and cozy cafe. Ate hot sweet pastries while walking through Old Town Square, street musicians everywhere, Budapest. Next stop, Budapest. Night views of Parliament beside the Danube looked unreal. Thermal baths in cold weather. Best experience ever. Germany. Berlin felt modern and artistic. Munich felt cozy and traditional. Christmas markets, hot chocolate, warm pretzels. Neuschwanstein Castle looked like a real Disney castle. Amsterdam taxi to the station again. Bags packed again. New train. Again. Amsterdam welcomed me with bicycles everywhere. Canal cruise. Anne Frank House, Van Gogh Museum, glowing canals at night. Belgium Brussels smelled like waffles and chocolate. Bruges looked like a medieval fairy tale town. Paris felt like poetry. Eiffel Tower sparkling at night gave me good cafe mornings, croissants, and slow life. Spain, Denmark, Greece. Barcelona was vibrant and colorful. Copenhagen felt cozy and calm. Santorini sunsets made people clap, and yes, I cried a little. Last day, and suddenly, it was the last day in Europe. I woke up feeling heavy. I didn't know if I would ever return. I had to say goodbye to this heaven. But I felt blessed. Not everyone gets this experience. Next morning, airport again. Plane landed. Back to real life. Laundry, work, emails. Busy life again. But something inside me had changed. Because now I know, somewhere in the world, those cafes still smell like coffee. Those streets still glow at sunset, and those mountains still touch the sky. And one day, maybe I'll go back again.